Have you ever wondered what happens when you move and you have like this strange delay between the house you're buying and the house you're selling? Or maybe you're remodeling a home and you don't have anywhere to put all your stuff. Well, behind me is a perfect example of what happens when you do it right and you hire professionals to help you move. This is my friend Robert with MUVR, and just tell him just a little bit about what you do, what makes you a little different than some of our local competition, and then also how you have like a big reach nationwide.
Okay. We are a full-service residential and commercial mover. What that means is, in addition to moving, we are able to come in and do all the packing as well. So if somebody just doesn't have the time or the ability to do their own packing, we can come in with boxes, bubble wrap, packing paper, tape guns, do the whole 9 yards, label everything, and do all the moving. Also, unlike many other moving companies, we also have a warehouse, as you see, so we can do
Huge!
We do furniture receiving, storage, and deliveries for quite a lot of interior designers and several boutique furniture stores. Everything gets inventoried, and then instead of the designers ever having to touch the furniture, it comes to us, we inspect it, we do the delivery directly to the customer, and the store or a designer never really even has to touch it.
So what was neat that you were telling me is that not only are they able to do these local moves, but you also have a nationwide moving capacity. So tell them a little bit how you price some of that out, not necessarily the exact pricing, but more like how some people upcharge and how they really could save money by using you.
Yeah, when you're dealing in a long distance move, when you're dealing with Atlas Van Lines, or for example, or Mayfair, one of these huge companies, you really aren't dealing with one large company, but it's kind of an affiliate network. So the guys that you meet and maybe fall in love with locally are not the same guys you're going to find at the other end that are doing the unload, and you don't know who that's going to be. So there's a lot of horror stories that have resulted as a result, because sometimes you don't have the same kind of guys within that affiliate network. So in our case, we're a small organization. The same guys that pack it and load the truck are going to drive the truck and unload it at the other end. So there's no finger pointing of one party versus another. Hey, it wasn't our fault, it was those guys' fault. It's all us. And what those large companies will also do is sometimes commingle the material. So it might go to a central warehouse where it sits, where it's waiting to be put on a larger truck with several other people's items, and sometimes your items get mixed in with somebody else's, and you get something that doesn't belong to you, or somebody else gets something that's yours. In our case, everything that's yours goes in one truck, the door gets closed, and we don't open the door until we're at your new destination. So we're not combining your stuff with anybody else's.
So, I mean, really, there's just no reason not to call Robert at MUVR. He's told me behind the scenes that he's tons cheaper than let's say, 2 hunks in a truck and a big truck and all this other stuff, and they don't charge for, this trip charge and this extra mileage and this surf fee and all this stuff. So you really ought to give him a shout out. I know a lot of times the do-it-yourselfers love to pack on their own, and he'll work with you to let you do a lot of the packing of the boxes and then have their crew come in and pack all the heavy stuff, get it into the truck, that sort of thing. So
yeah, we do a lot of jobs where people do all their own packing, so we'll do as much or as little as is necessary.
And some of those other big guys don't do that. So check Robert out with MUVR. Contact info is going to be below. You'll be glad you did.
Thanks, James.